Hey guys, Adam Broussard here. Today's challenges and successes. Well, how about just a pointed topic? Keeping track of the items that you're doing and how you're moving the needle. One of our customers, big commercial guy, does projects that take a year or longer to get done. And so when you go out to their job site and literally when we go out to shoot, it don't look like nothing's going on. And that's just because in a big project and all this kind of stuff, like it literally will take 2-3 weeks for them to get a big crane out somewheres, and they have to break it down, transport it, rebuild it on site before they can even start the job. And so long story short, things take time, and there's somebody that's paying attention to that job, knowing that, hey man, we gotta move that needle, and you gotta pay attention to that, because one, it can be very tough to sit there and kind of see that, man, there's nothing going on, or it doesn't seem like anything's going on, and then you kind of look back and you're like, oh, things have changed. Life's like that. I mean, you live a long life. I'm 42 years old and just made 42. And it's like, man, nothing's changed. I'm always in the same boat. Now I kind of step back and I have some gauges that I have of kind of where I'm at. Like, no, dude, you got a wife, 3 kids. They all made it another year with you. You know, you've done this, X, Y, and Z. You failed at this, X, Y, and Z. But you're still here. You're still moving. And so it's good to know, like, hey, man, every day I move that needle a little bit more. And work-wise, you know, you have to have a way to do it. And the way that I do it is, I mean, a very simple spreadsheet on a financial spreadsheet of where I'm at today that also keeps track of every month previously. So I can say, hey, this is where I'm at financially based off of my bank accounts. That's a bank account. And believe you me, it's not always progressing every month. All right. In any entrepreneurial setting, I would believe that, hey, you're going to see some months where you got a bunch of capital, and then you're going to watch it get drained on other months. And especially when you buy something, you know, and you get into a new business or whatever, like, you're not going to, you know, to see that change is not going to be all of a sudden. It's going to be periodically throughout time. But here's the kicker. You don't just follow your bank account to say how you are. I follow the assets as well. And so if I see that my bank account is low and my assets got bigger, I know, well, one, is this temporary, or is this like something? And I start investigating further, and I look at this every day. So I'm always aware of my issues and my problems, and to get rid of an asset that's a problem can take time, you know, especially in housing and stuff like that. So the bigger the deal, the bigger the project, the bigger the whatever, the longer it can absolutely take to move on from it. But that's what keeps me motivated, and because at the end of the day, it's like, I know that this year I have more stuff than I did last year, and this year I need to sell off a bunch of stuff because it's weight added to me, and there's this other arena that I'm growing in that I want to continue to grow. And so it's going to take time, and it's not going to look pretty, you know. It's not. This is not a fun experience at this moment in time because I'm in real estate. And guess what? Real estate wasn't too fun last year and it ain't fun this year. But as I shed that weight and continue to move on into my other ventures, then that as I sell a house, you know, I'm on deck to sell a house this week. That'll be some more debt off my plate, more monthly obligations off my plate, and more time that I could dedicate into doing other things like creating a better media experience, a better store, a better nonprofit, solid ground, and so I'm really just focused on the time, you know, the time it takes to maneuver and shake. But I have to pay attention to that needle because it's not always obvious every day. Today got kind of boring, you know, like we were just having to do some office stuff, you know. But it's a necessity. Not every day. Most days look relatively boring right now in my life, you know. It's not like I can go to a job and I start painting, you know. I go to my office and I just start doing the not fun things that move that needle. And I gotta wear a bunch of different hats right now, but what is fun is that we got a check today for a new customer, and I'm on the way to the bank, and I'm gonna go deposit that check. That money is ours. Okay, that money belongs to the company, and we get to do more things with it. Another thing, I found a new product that I want to sell at the store. Well, I'm reach out to the proper team there, with my team over there at the store to say, hey, what do you think about this? Online sales, man, we had $500 in online sales so far, and you know, it's 5 o'clock right now, so we'll probably get a couple more. Long story short, sometimes you don't know what's happening, you know. Like when we were setting up this online store, it was monotonous, and we still got problems with things, and we still got to fix, and it's boring. But what's not boring is watching the sales increase, watching the things that you build that takes time and then produces a fruit and result. And I like being super creative, so shooting these videos is fun for me. Shooting other videos that we do that you don't see on YouTube is fun for me. Coming up with the ideas of shooting content and stuff like that is fun. So, you know, there can be a lot of fun. It's just not every day. The majority of the day is quote unquote just things that need to get done that are not fun. So, move the needle every day. Move the needle. Keep track of moving that needle, because that's the only way you're gonna know if you're going anywhere. Let me know how you keep track of it.